Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson was doing important democracy-related things the other day.
Yes,
yesterday.
We
had to reschedule her. She joins us now to talk about the Bush tax cuts and everything else going on in Washington. Good morning, Congresswoman.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for taking time for us.
Well, thank you.
Well, here we go again, right, with the Bush tax cuts. Seems to me like we have a little more leverage this time, don't we?
Well, we thought we had a bit more leverage since the Senate has passed exactly what we wanted to see.
Right.
But the House did not cooperate.
So where does this go from here? I mean, it just seems like the president is, take a listen. This is the president yesterday. I think he's framing this perfectly. President Obama yesterday.
All I'm asking is that we go back to the rates that were paid by wealthy individuals under Bill Clinton. And if you remember, that's when our economy created nearly 23 million new jobs.
That's exactly the right way to say it, isn't it? This isn't some sort of crazy Eisenhower tax rate we're talking about, right?
That is correct. But I really think that the House especially has come to the point where anything that they think pleases the president, they're going to be against. There were several opportunities that they could have just agreed with the Senate and let it go, but that's not what they did.
Congresswoman, what do you think of this? It's interesting, the tax center that, of course, the Romney camp has previously cited as a nonpartisan, unbiased agency. They came out with this report saying 95% of Americans will see a tax hike under Mitt Romney's plan. And now they're trying to disavow this and say that it's a joke. This report.
Well, Romney has changed his position so many times until it's very difficult to see what his positions really are and what they will be if he's elected president, because he seems to change in reaction to something the president has said or reaction to wherever he is at the time that he's saying it.
Well, it seems like his entire, it's always trust me. Trust me on what's in my tax returns. Trust me on what my Bain record was. And now it's just trust me on my economic plan, that it's somehow going to create such a boom. But for what he's given us so far, it sounds exactly the opposite.
Well, what he's actually said so far, it seems to me it's going to take us back to what we had under the Bush days. And that's how we got started on all the downcline.
Yeah. Congresswoman, obviously nothing's going to happen on the tax cuts before the election, right?
It doesn't appear it will, because we had the opportunity to vote this week. We were not able to get the Senate plan considered. We offered a substitute to the Senate plan, to the plan that they had. They voted that down, even though we are still very united to attempt to get the middle-class tax cuts remain and to attempt to get a little bit more fair play with the upper income. And they're just not going to cooperate.
Are you feeling optimistic about the election? Because obviously it appears to me that's the only way we're going to get anything done is to obviously get the president back in, but to get him a Congress he can work with.
Well, and I'm hoping people see that, because even the persons who are willing to work across the aisle, willing to sit down, work things out, willing to compromise, are getting so disgusted that they're leaving. And that makes it very difficult to look forward to a great future if we're going to get more of the same of what we have now, because that's what seems to be remaining entrenched in the House, is this group that's determined to do anything to fight the president and determined not to cooperate with a single idea that they don't bring up themselves.
And Congresswoman, it seems like, this jobs report even today, it's again, more than expected, the jobs report for July. And I would, again, just tell people to go back to the bikini graph and look at how many jobs we were losing under Bush. Again, as the president says over and over again, it's not enough, but he is presiding over a recovery, is he not?
He is indeed. It's continued to recover, and it would be even faster if we could get the cooperation of the Republicans in the House to help with the jobs bill or help with the new manufacturing bill. Anything, however, that seems to be on the right course to create more jobs and save our economy and improve it, they're against. They're too afraid that it's going to help the president. Anything that helps the president. And this common theme is through every committee, no matter what the subject.
Yeah.
If it hurts the president, that's what they want to say.
Yeah.
Well, in their defense, they've been very busy repealing health care 33 times. So they can't be expected to get anything else done. Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson of the great state of Texas, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Talk to you again soon. There she goes.